Sydney Sweeney has great genes. That's genes with a J.
My jeans are blue.
But many believe the implication is that Sydney Sweeney's genes with a G are superior.
This is obviously a reference to her body and not to her skin color.
Well, actor Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle are facing widespread backlash.
I have to say, as a consumer and a mom and a person, I thought it was just a clever pun.
Sydney Sweeney's new ad is deeply, deeply unsettling to me.
What I thought that meant was, well, she was wearing some great jeans. I guess I'm really naive.
Sydney Sweeney's latest jeans ad just blew up the internet, but not for the reason you'd expect. Is it just clever wordplay, or is there a hidden message sparking a fierce backlash? Blue jeans or blue jeans, what's really being said? Stick around, because this campaign isn't just about fashion. It's a lightning rod for controversy, history, and culture all wrapped in 30 seconds. Sydney Sweeney has recently found herself at the epicenter of an intense and multifaceted conversation surrounding her latest advertising campaign for American Eagle's denim line. This campaign, released in late July, has not only captured public attention but also sparked a heated debate that continues to ripple across social media platforms, news outlets, and fashion forums alike. The crux of the controversy lies in a seemingly simple jeans commercial, yet its implications have proven anything but straightforward. On one side of the argument, many critics contend that the advertisement crosses a delicate boundary branding. It is tone-deaf, overly suggestive, and laden with unintended connotations. These viewers argue that certain elements of the campaign, whether in the visuals, the voiceover, or the subtext, inadvertently communicate messages that are insensitive or problematic in today's cultural climate. They express concern about how the ad portrays beauty standards, gender roles, and even subtle implications that might resonate negatively with some audiences. On the flip side, a sizable portion of the audience believes this backlash to be disproportionate. These supporters suggest that the public may be reading far too much into a commercial that, at its core, was intended simply to promote a popular fashion brand. They view the campaign as a playful, creative effort to catch attention through clever wordplay and aesthetic appeal, rather than as a deliberate attempt to provoke or offend. This camp often emphasizes the need to consider artistic intent, arguing that not every piece of media should be dissected through the lens of controversy or cultural critique. Adding another layer to this ongoing discussion, commentators and viewers have begun drawing parallels between Sydney Sweeney's campaign and some of the most provocative and debated fashion advertisements of recent decades. These historic campaigns, often characterized by their edgy boundary-pushing content, serve as a point of comparison to contextualize the current uproar. This connection has only fueled curiosity and scrutiny, prompting many to ask whether the American Eagle ad is a reflection of evolving marketing strategies or a misstep in cultural sensitivity. But what exactly is it about this campaign that has elicited such a wide spectrum of reactions? At first glance, the commercial might seem like a straightforward promotion of denim jeans, featuring Sydney Sweeney styled effortlessly in the brand's signature apparel. The visuals are polished and carefully composed, with Sydney's poised demeanor and the softly lit scenes creating an atmosphere of calm sophistication. Her voiceover is gentle and measured, her tone almost whisper-like, inviting viewers into an intimate experience that feels personal rather than purely commercial. This approach is a deliberate departure from loud, flashy ads, instead opting for subtlety and nuance. However, beneath this surface lies a complex interplay of messaging and imagery that has captured the public's imagination in unexpected ways. One of the central elements sparking discussion is a particular line delivered by Sydney during the narration. This line, which might seem innocuous in isolation, has become the focal point of analysis and debate. The exact wording, combined with the accompanying visuals, has led many to interpret the message on multiple levels, ranging from clever wordplay to perceived social commentary. The line touches on themes that resonate far beyond fashion, including ideas about identity, genetics, and cultural standards. It is this layering of meaning, intentional or accidental, that has transformed what could have been a simple commercial into a catalyst for broader conversation. Moreover, the campaign's timing and context amplify its impact. Released in an era marked by heightened awareness of social justice, representation, and inclusivity, every piece of media is scrutinized for how it aligns with or contradicts these values. Audiences today are more attuned than ever to the subtexts embedded within advertising, making even the smallest details subject to interpretation. Against this backdrop, the American Eagle ad has become a lightning rod for discussions about how brands navigate the delicate balance between creativity and cultural responsibility. It is also worth noting Sydney Sweeney's rising profile as a public figure and influencer. Known for her acting roles and growing presence in pop culture, Sydney's involvement adds a layer of celebrity influence that shapes audience reactions. Her image, previous projects, and public persona all contribute to how viewers perceive the campaign. For some, her association with the brand lends credibility and style. For others, it raises expectations about the messages she chooses to endorse. This dynamic further complicates the conversation, as fans and critics alike project their own views onto her participation in the digital age, where social media platforms amplify every voice and allow for rapid dissemination of opinions. The response to the campaign has been swift and multifaceted. Hashtags, memes, video reactions, and think pieces proliferate daily, reflecting the ad's penetration into cultural discourse. Supporters rally to defend the creativity and intent behind the campaign, while detractors mobilize to critique its perceived flaws and potential harms. This polarization exemplifies the challenges brands face in today's marketing environment, where striking the right tone and message can be a precarious endeavor. Ultimately, Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle jeans campaign has transcended its original purpose, becoming a microcosm of larger societal conversations. It raises questions about how fashion advertising intersects with issues of identity, perception, and cultural sensitivity. Whether viewed as a bold artistic statement, a misunderstood creative effort, or a problematic misfire, the campaign undeniably succeeds in sparking dialogue. This ongoing debate highlights the evolving landscape of media consumption, where every advertisement is not just a pitch for a product but a potential commentary on the world we live in. As viewers continue to dissect and discuss the campaign, one thing remains clear: Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is far more than just a reflection of contemporary culture's complexities, contradictions, and conversations.
Passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My jeans are blue.
The campaign cleverly plays with the word jeans, linking the denim jeans to the concept of genetics. While many viewers admired this witty double entendre, opinions quickly diverged. Some applauded the idea as playful, imaginative, and smartly executed. However, others were less enthusiastic, criticizing the tone as insensitive, to sexualized, or even backward in its messaging.
Problem when white people try to say that the superior gene is blonde hair and blue eyes.
Sydney Sweeney's latest jeans campaign with American Eagle has sparked a fierce wave of discussion. While some viewers find the ad tone deaf, or even overly suggestive, others believe the criticism is blown out of proportion, accusing people of reading too deeply into a simple commercial. The campaign's buzz has even drawn comparisons to some of fashion's most infamous controversies. But what's really going on beneath the surface? Released in late July, the ad features Sydney in American Eagle denim, her voice soft and deliberate as she moves through carefully choreographed scenes. Yet it's one particular line in her whispery narration that has become the center of all the chatter. The clever wordplay at the heart of the campaign hinges on genes, connecting the denim genes with genetics. While many appreciated this witty twist, reactions were far from unanimous. Some praised the clever pun as fun, inventive, and sharp. Others, however, took issue with the tone, calling it insensitive, overly sexualized, or even regressive. A few critics dismissed the ad as unoriginal, noting it echoed aesthetics from past fashion campaigns. But soon, the conversation shifted away from style and onto the deeper meaning behind the message. Online debates quickly moved from "is this cool or cringy?" to questioning if the ad was unintentionally communicating something more troubling. One moment stood out as the camera slowly zooms in on Sydney's face, highlighting her light skin, blonde hair, and blue eyes. She says, "My jeans are blue." That line unleashed a flood of opinions. Some viewers saw the phrase as harmless, a simple pun that fit the denim theme and Sydney's appearance. They argued it wasn't serious and that critics were overthinking it. But others saw a darker undertone. Comments surfaced, suggesting the visuals, combined with the emphasis on her features, echoed outdated beauty ideals or even disturbing notions tied to genetic purity. Several critics pushed further, warning the ad, whether by design or accident, recalled themes historically linked to eugenics and exclusion. raising red flags about the message lurking beneath the surface. Is this really just a jeans commercial? A blonde, blue-eyed woman describing how her good genes might symbolize something more sinister. The idea spread fast, but it wasn't universally accepted. Some users called the ad unsettling or tone-deaf, while others defended it as stylish and unfairly criticized. A handful even joked the backlash was simply because a famous, attractive celebrity was involved. Love it or hate it, the internet was hooked. What fueled the fire even more was how the ad reminded many of a controversial fashion moment from decades ago. Comparisons flooded in, linking Sydney's American Eagle campaign to one of the most notorious ads in history, Brooke Shields' 1980 Calvin Klein commercial. Back then, a 15-year-old Brooke famously said, "You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing?" The ad was highly provocative, drawing major backlash for being inappropriate, especially due to Brooke's young age. Some TV networks even banned it. Many felt Sydney's ad echoed that earlier campaign, a modern remix of the soft-spoken tone, intimate camera work, and carefully staged body language. Some believed these similarities were intentional, designed to stir up buzz through controversy. Others questioned why a brand would revive a concept once criticized for pushing uncomfortable boundaries. Was this a bold marketing move, or a risky recycling of a tactic always skirting the edge? Whatever the reasoning, the comparison only added fuel to the raging conversation. If you know Sydney Sweeney's history with branding, this isn't her first brush with controversy. Take, for example, the infamous soap and bathwater stunt. On May 29, 2025, she announced a limited edition collaboration with Dr. Squatch, Sydney's bathwater bliss, a soap bar made from her actual bathwater. The internet exploded. Fans found the idea humorous and creative, and all 5,000 bars sold out in no time. When the soap launched on June 6, buyers shared their receipts online, treating the bars like collectible treasures. But not everyone was on board. Critics labeled the campaign bizarre, gimmicky, or downright gross. Some said it was pandering to certain fan bases, sparking debates about self-objectification and where the line lies between empowerment and exploitation in celebrity marketing. That wasn't the only time Sydney faced backlash. In 2022, a family photo went viral after a red Make 60 Great Again hat and a blue Lives Matter shirt appeared in the background. Even though Sydney wore neither, online speculation about her political stance took off. She later cleared the air on X, writing, "An innocent celebration for my mom's 60th has turned into an absurd political statement. Please stop making assumptions." Despite moments like these, her momentum hasn't slowed. Each controversy has generated headlines and increased her visibility. Some say she deliberately picks projects that spark debate, while others think she's just doing her job and it's the internet's obsession turning everything into drama. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. Controversy seems to trail her brand like a shadow. Now, many wonder if the outrage is part of a bigger plan. When a campaign explodes online, it's often tough to tell if it's a genuine mistake or a calculated strategy. After the ad's launch, the video quickly amassed millions of views. Comment sections flooded, TikTokers posted reactions, critics analyzed every detail, and fans jumped to defend it. The brand trended for days. Marketing insiders note that this kind of buzz rarely happens by accident. Whether praise or criticism, any conversation keeps the campaign alive in the public eye. This viral attention is exactly what brands crave. Millions of eyes locked on a 30-second jeans ad, non-stop chatter, memes, think pieces, reaction videos, the kind of energy that fuels sales and awareness. But as we said before, not all attention is equal. There's a fine line between being memorable and being misunderstood. When an ad toes that line between edgy and problematic, it risks being remembered for the wrong reasons. Some viewers felt genuinely disturbed by the ad's tone, the way it leaned into stereotypes, the visual choices, and how one simple line suddenly seemed loaded with meaning. Others viewed the backlash as performative, blown out of proportion, for something meant to be light, artistic, and fun. And maybe that's exactly what makes the campaign so potent, its ability to mean very different things to different people. Whether intentional or not, that tension is what's fueling the debate. Despite the uproar, American Eagle has stayed quiet. No removal of the ad, no apology, no clarifications. Sydney hasn't publicly addressed the controversy either. The soap is sold out, and the jeans remain front and center online. So, what does that silence tell us? Maybe the brand doesn't see a problem. Or maybe, just maybe, this was all part of the plan. In today's digital world, controversy doesn't always equal crisis. Sometimes, it's smart strategy. Attention is currency, outrage drives clicks, confusion sparks conversation, and when people keep talking, the product stays top of mind. Whether you loved it, hated it, or just couldn't stop thinking about it, the campaign did exactly what viral marketing aims for: make you feel something.
Just talking about denim, right? Just a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman explaining how her good genes gave her personality and purity. I mean, are we really going to pretend that this isn't a little fashy code?
But the story here stretches far beyond just a pair of jeans. At its core, this campaign is a fascinating collision of marketing savvy, celebrity influence, and cultural sensitivity, a perfect storm where the worlds of commerce and social consciousness intersect. In today's fast-paced digital age, brands no longer simply sell products, they sell identities, values, and narratives. And to stay relevant, they often push boundaries, experiment with messaging, and take calculated risks that might unsettle or challenge their audience. This ad from American Eagle, featuring Sydney Sweeney, serves as a prime example of this evolving dynamic. It's a reflection of how companies navigate the complex terrain of modern media, where every word, image, and tone can be dissected through multiple lenses. More than that, this campaign reveals how even the simplest ads can morph into mirrors that reflect the deeper, often unspoken tensions embedded in our culture. It touches on sensitive themes around beauty standards, racial identity, and the power media holds in shaping how we see ourselves and others. When a commercial prompts such widespread and diverse reactions, it signals that it has tapped into something far bigger than just a marketing message. It becomes a cultural moment, a conversation starter that forces us to examine the values, biases, and anxieties that quietly influence our daily lives. The fact that an advertisement about jeans can ignite debates on genetics and historical context shows just how layered and complicated media messaging has become. So, when we ask whether this was simply a bad ad, we might be missing the point. The real question runs deeper. Was this campaign a piece of calculated chaos designed to provoke and engage? Was it a subtle social experiment, challenging viewers to unpack their own assumptions? Or perhaps it was a form of commentary cleverly disguised as marketing, deliberately blurring the lines between commerce and culture. On the other hand, it might just have been a misfire, an attempt at edgy advertising that unintentionally crossed a line and stirred controversy. Whatever the true intention, one fact remains undeniable: the campaign ignited a messy, uncomfortable conversation that spread far beyond fashion forums into broader cultural discourse. And maybe, just maybe, that was exactly the point. In an era where attention is a prized currency, sparking debate can be a powerful strategy. It forces brands into the spotlight, ensures their message is heard, and keeps audiences engaged, whether they're praising or criticizing. Controversy, in this light, becomes a tool, a way to amplify visibility and stimulate dialogue in an oversaturated media landscape. Now, it's your turn to weigh in. What do you make of this campaign? Was it a creative vision that was misunderstood by an overly sensitive audience? Or did it cross the line into tone-deaf territory? Is it a stroke of genius in marketing, or simply a careless execution that missed the mark? We're eager to hear your thoughts and perspectives because conversations like these help us better understand the complex relationship between media, culture, and commerce. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the layers behind Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle campaign, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss our next breakdown. The world of modern media is always evolving, and there's almost always more beneath the surface than meets the eye. We'll be here, ready to unpack these stories with you, shedding light on the nuances and sparks that shape our cultural conversations. Your voice matters in this dialogue. So join us as we explore the fascinating intersections of marketing, celebrity influence, and societal values.